Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is a sponsored one by UVS Games. They sent me a content creator package with one of each KOF deck and a really cool Team Rivals mat. So let's get into it. We're just here to crack these boxes, show off the cards, maybe talk about them a little bit, show off this cool mat. These are released now as of, I believe it was January 30th. They did release. They are legal for the upcoming Worlds event at the end of February. Yeah, so let's tear into this mat first, and then we'll get into it. Let's see here. Throw it over. So, oops. All right, so we got all of Team Rival in their full cool glory. There we go. We'll do that. So we got Hydern, we got Isla, and we got Dolores. Very, very bright mat. Actually, it's really cool. Like, I saw the local mine bought the Team Hero mat, and I thought that looked really good. This mat's really cool. I do like the overlay, like, you know how they have like the X there, and the characters are overlaid on top of it. Looks pretty good. So we're gonna do the Team Rival deck first, since this is the Team Rival mat. So, I have opened up two of each of these already for my personal use. I did not know UVS Games was going to send me, one of each of these, so I was very excited to see that when I got the email. We'll send that booster pack off to the side. We'll set all this. Ooh, cool. That's my points. It does come with a really, really cool little the Challenger Series book. It gives you a quick start guide how to get to the UGN. Also, it tells you about how to play the game. And then one of my favorite things about the booklet inside of the Challenger decks is it gives you a full card gallery, and it also tells you. See if I can zoom in. It also tells you like how many come in each deck. So like you get 3 uncommons, 4 commons, 2 rares, and 2 ultra rares. So also, what's pretty cool is it also gives you a full spread of all of the alt arts in the back. So collector's booster, enhance your entire deck with foil alt art cards. There's 1 alt art of a rare or higher, 2 foil, 3 commons, and then it gives you all of the alts, which is pretty sweet actually. It tells you about all the alts. Just even shows them all to you. I know the community at large is kind of disappointed in the alts this round. The characters look great. I was not disappointed in the character. I pulled Maiten-kun, and that was really cool. And I've seen some Benny Marus. I've seen some Doloreses. They look pretty rad. But just the actual attacks and foundation. I think it's all just attacks, right? Yeah, the attacks are just close-up alt-colored versions of them, and it's just kind of disappointing. We really wanted like an alt art. Like they could have used, some SNK art for it, or something else, because it just, I don't know. Some of it's kind of zoomed in, some of it's kind of zoomed out. It just looks kind of different, and yeah, that dropped on the ground. So we're gonna leave it there. So we'll crack this guy open. Also, always open your Challenger decks from the bottom. It's super easy. So, and now this is where we're going to struggle on camera for a little bit. Oh, I guess not. Hey, first try. Look at that. That's sick. We'll crack this open. And we'll go through the cards. And we'll clean up the garbage later. So you get 1 copy of Isla, 1 copy of Dolores, and 1 copy of Hydern. I have not played. Oh, I have played 1 game with Hydern. It was a death build that kind of like ripped hands apart. Not really ripped hands apart, but it just played generically good cards and really just tried to outvalue your rival and being able to play longer strings because of the response that your first attack cards you play this turn ignores progressive. And then also, I've played a half a game with Isla. She's pretty cool. I think like once you figure out like her defense, other than just flipping your rival's best foundations after sealing cards, I think she's gonna be pretty cool. And Dolores is like the flashy one of the 3, right? Like she gets to cancel a blitz and she can ready herself. She also gets to reveal the top 2 cards of her deck and play a card ignoring progressive difficulty, which is very cool. Yeah, I also like the mirror between the health and hand size for each of the teams. They each have one of these, and that makes me kind of happy because sometimes when you play rival deck, challenger deck versus challenger deck, one may have a decided advantage sometimes. So we got 2 copies of Assault Saber. This one's pretty neat. It gives you a little bit of a cycle draw, especially with. Whoa, my light's flashing. With Hydern, you get to just pretty much play this and then discard a card because your first one's always going to ignore progressive. I don't know how much it's going to see. I play outside of just the challenger deck itself. A 3 low for 5, stun 1. It has a nice 2 low block, and that's annoying. My stupid light. Um, like I don't know how much it's going to see play. Just because it's okay stats as a low block. Now the next card is not any stranger to everyone knows what this card does. It's Hadir. You get 2 copies in it in the deck. It has Breaker 2. It's a high block. You get to basically stack the current attack that after it resolves. So if you have a way to stack your own attacks with form draw, you get to do that. Or you stack and Breaker 2, then stack the attack that your rival just played. So they're always checking a 1. This card is insane, and yeah, it's going to be on everyone's list to complain about. Yeah. Hydern Zen's really cool. It gives you a little bit of EX, gets you a bit of hand rip, gets you a bit of seal. It comes in at a 2x. Neshes are pretty cool, neat little 5 damage, 5 difficulty, 8 damage throw that guarantees your next check, which is really cool. Yeah, if you don't mind about the speed, but it's an 8 damage move, it's pretty sweet. So you get 2 copies of that. You get 2 copies of Scribe. This card's super cool because on play, if your rival has 10 or more foundations, you get to seal 2 cards, and then you get 2 damage. You get a damage for each of your rival's sealed foundations, so that's pretty cool. You get 2 copies of that, and you get 2 copies of Wild Style. This is just a big beefy attack. It's fast. It allows you to play. Lets you play ally cards pretty much, not like for free, but it gets you a little bit of a check boost. Then we're into like the uncommons. That was the rares and the ultra rares. We get 3 copies of Team Rival. I haven't played with this deck a lot. I've played with the Team Hero cards more, just because based on testing for Worlds. Fill-In is a neat little 5 diff that just says, hey man, I got powerful 2, and you make our rival seal something. It's on Void, so maybe Eno gets to play it. We got Hilzuni. It's just says, hey man, if it deals damage, I get to seal a thing. It's a 4 mid 4, nothing really too big to write home for. Stormbringer's kind of cool. We like this card. It's another throw. It's a 2 low for 3, but as long as if it touches your rival, you get to gain health equal to the damage dealt, max 4. So really, all you need to do is make it like 8 damage, and then you're gaining your health back as much as you can, right? You gain 4 health. So it is a low, which is kind of nice. Its block mod's kind of crappy. It's at a +3, but most throws should have crappy block mods, in my opinion. It's a weapon, so like Sung Jin Woo lovers, the assassin skill tree is pretty cool. You could still play this in you can play this in Shadow Monarch. It's not a shadow, but it is a throw, so you can like do your level 4 damage pump on it, gain health back, and just kind of whittle your rival away, which is pretty neat. Into the foundations, we got 4 copies of Amanda's Help. Flip after an attack deals damage. It says an attack deals damage, so you could do it on defense. If you partial block, takes a little bit of damage, or you just soak an attack. You can just flip it and then just seal a rival foundation. So maybe they have like a damage pump foundation or a speed pump foundation or whatnot, or a card draw. You could flip that. Seal that. Drips is just some speed hate on a 1 diff. It has a 2 low block though. That might be the reason to play it. Graffiti Artist, Tenacious. After you flip, after you seal a card, ready it. It just readies. It's one of those cards that ready stuff. Now the next, this is not it. Where is it? There it is. Holy Soil is really good. Hidden Motives. It may be the best stun hate in the game after rotation. after this foundation is committed, due to a rival effect, ready another foundation that hasn't been readied. So we could technically ready something else that could ready something else, which is kind of nice. On a 1 diff, it's 2 blocks okay for a mid. Actually, it's pretty good for some spam, because with MHA 4 through 6 leaving, League of Villains, Undawn and Raid, and Jetburn, we're going to be missing on some high quality spam. So getting spam like this is that's probably, I don't know if it's a 4x in most decks, because there's not a lot of stun decks out right now. I say that, and there'll probably be one in Godzilla or something. So Holy Soil, this card's cracked. It's block mod. Don't worry about it. You build it and you sack it for 3 damage, as long as yeah, you sack it for 3 damage. And if there's a sealed if there's a sealed foundation in your rival stage, it gains Tenacious. So if we could seal on offense, we can pass a check with this and then sack it for 3 damage later. It's pretty good. Investigating Verse. For some reason, they love giving, I say they as in UVS Games, they love giving Void a form draw. So this is form, draw card, only playable if a foundation's been sealed. Has a nice 3 high block, which is not nice, but it's nice that it's a high block on a spam, I guess. Ready to Sortie. I like this card a lot. 2/5, 2 low block, sacrifice a foundation. Your attack gets 1 damage. If a rival foundation has been sealed this combat phase, your attack gets a speed. So popping a face down or a committed committed foundation for 1/1 actually goes a long way. Like, I've literally died because someone put 1 speed on something and I missed the block by 1, or I couldn't block it, right? So you know, as a 2 low block, it's not terrible. At a couple copies, I do believe every deck should have like a some sort of get out of deadlock card available to them, and I like that we're printing those still. I think those are good. Next up, we have Revered Hermit. How many copies? It's a common, so we get 4 copies of this cool card. Rival's turn Tenacious. We get to add it to our hand. We gain a health, and then if our printed hand size is 5 or less, we get to build the top card of our deck face down committed. I wish Mighty Kun. I mean, like a good life character that can play Sisenho. It's gonna go kind of crazy if you build attacks off the top of your deck like that. But yeah, it's a cool card. It gains you 1 health. It can snaps a 2 mid block. It's also on rival's turn, so it can be after you pass checks. Then you can add it to your hand and then block with it. And then the final card, we got 3 copies of Unit Commander. It's unique. We reveal the top 3 cards of our deck and add all ally cards revealed this way, discard the rest. The big bummer is that this card itself isn't an ally, and there's 3 people on there, right? Like, oh well, it's okay. Not that big of a deal. But yeah, this deck's pretty cool. Like I said, I haven't played with a lot of like, I've played with like these 2 characters. I've seen this character played. This character can get nutty. But yeah, like I think the best cards out of this are obviously Hadir. I think Wild Style's pretty good. What's the symbol on it? Ooh, like I kind of like that in Eno, because like you seal a bunch of stuff, and then you can give it a bunch of speed. Obviously, if your rival lets you seal things, that's the only thing about Eno that I don't like, is that your rival gets to choose if you get to do it or not. But like you can get that really fast and get a lot of damage on it. Yeah. Stormbringer's really good. I think Drips will probably see play in most decks after rotation. A 2 low block on a -2 speed card's not terrible, considering the amount of spam we're losing. I think, what else was it? Oh, where's the cool card at? There it is, Nesh. I think Nesh is really good. Nesh should see some play, but like these 3 are actually, like, this card's all right. It only really pays off if it's like the 2nd move, because then on your 3rd move you get to hand rip all the non-attack cards they had in their hand. Salt Saber's kind of cool, but it's just a basic draw, filter draw. Yeah, that's the team rival deck. That's really cool. We like that. We'll save the collector's packs to open them back to back. So Now we're going to go into the Team Hero deck. I do not have a Team Hero mat, so we're going to have to do this on the bad guys mat. Even technically, I don't even think they're bad guys. I just think they're just the rivals to Team Hero. I don't know the exact story of KOF 15, so um, that's my. Don't steal my points. I take forever to steal. I take forever to put my points away. So we got the same booklet. I'm gonna trash all this stuff. So this is the deck I've had the most experience with, building out of it, and I got to my reveal for the KOF decks was Team Hero, because I like Benimaru. Benimaru is super cool. He's a definitely became one of my old time faves out of the old KOF stuff because Benimaru is really cool. He got to do a whole bunch of momentum shenanigans and powerful stuff. So we're just going right into it. Shun'ei is like the new antagonist, the new protagonist of like KOF 15, kind of like how Kyo was. So and then we got Menten-kun, Sleeping Prodigy. This guy reads really cool and he plays really cool. So like once you can crack like hitting people and solving your defense, because being a 5-hand size character or 8-hand size if you touch people. And then there's Benimaru. This boy's cool. He's the flashiest of all three of them. We get momentum for free on either turn. And then we can give our moves +1 to powerful, rating, and powerful. This guy just yeets people to the moon. Again, he's a 722, so he can, you have to solve the defense problem. Which he kind of does on his face, right? Like you can commit like a speed hate card that just commits, and then you can just, give it another minus speed, get a momentum, maybe, do something else and then block and then try to breaker them or something. Benimaru Collider is pretty sweet. It's a powerful throw. Yeah, man. It's a powerful throw. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And after you use its powerful ability, you get to draw a card. With the KOF 15 promos with Robert, this card just says cycle draw out of your hand, which is really cool. Yeah. And then Choke Gekiho. It's a really neat block trick. It can get 3 damage if you have 8 or more foundations, because we like to build these characters. Shun'ei builds, out of the card pool sometimes, or out of his discard pile, and then Menten-kun just builds one for free, and then you draw a million cards if you touch somebody. It's kind of weird because it doesn't really work with Benimaru very much because Benimaru is debuilding himself. So, but yeah, it is a 2+2 mid block, so you do kind of get to breaker to them when you make them commit. It says your rival commits 2 foundations. Unfortunately, I wish on the ultra rare, if we're spending momentum on blocking with one of our premium attacks, that we got to choose. Kind of like Showdown. Phantom Singularity. Say hello to Baby Nutcracker, I guess. It's usually going to be played. It's on a 2. It's a 2 diff whenever you play it, so it becomes a 4. It gets 1 speed, 1 damage for each foundation in your card pool. It's really good in strings where you go foundation, and then maybe we can build the attack out of our card pool. Foundation, do it again. Like, it's barely good in multiples because 6 low 6s on a 2 diff is very good. Scarlet Phantom, it's okay. You have to make it scary for your rival to care about it, but then it's always on a 5 because, if it's blocked, you get to build a foundation from your card pool. There are some cards in the deck that add themselves to the card pool as an enhance. So, say you added damage to it, your rival blocks it, you can rebuild the foundation that you stuffed up there for the damage. It's a 1 mid block, so it's okay, but again, it's a mid. It's a 4 mid 4 with powerful 2. It's not very scary. Sensiso. This is probably the premium attack out of this deck. So 4 difficulty, 4 mid 4, 2 mid block, EX2, punch charge. But we get to add a foundation from our hand and then build the next foundation we play. So it allows us to rebuy foundations that we passed to commit check, past checks. Or if we have say we started our turn with something cool in our hand, we can play this, add 1, and then build that foundation from our hand in the middle of our turn. That's really cool. This card's super sick, especially if we're able to build any face down, say with, Menten-kun, and then we can just add them, do it, add them, do it, add them, do it. It's really cool. It's a very neat game loop. Upward Raikuken is a +0 high block with powerful 3 on it, and it clears cards from your card pool. This card's cool. I just wish it wasn't a mid. Don't know why it's not a high, because it's going upwards. It's an uppercut. Or it could have been a low, because technically it's an uppercut. For some reason, they made all the Team Hero moves except for this guy. Is this one a high? No, that's a low. So, okay, this is a high. So we have 2 lows, a high, and a bunch of mids. Yeah, it's just a bunch of mids. But, like, the cards do really cool things, so I think that's why they get away with being just mids. And we're going to talk about this card for a bit. Team Hero 15. This asset's broken. 2 difficulty, +1 high block. Our attack gets 1 damage, up to 2 for every foundation that's left our stage. That's removed, sacrificed, or destroyed. Then we remove it to build 1 foundation from our discard pile, 4 or less. This card says, if you have a card that says go look for an attack in your deck, if you have a foundation, this card says go look for an attack in your deck. If you have a card that says card draw, you see where I'm getting with this, right? Like, this card allows you to have X amount more copies of your best foundations, right? It's copies. If you play 2, it's 5 and 6, 7, 8, you know, up to a full play set. So yeah, it's just, that card's insane. Flying Drill, just a basic, you know, stun 2, draw 1, discard 1. It may see play after rotation, because drawing on attacks is better than having it on foundations, because foundations are usually one-time use, like over the entire game. It has a 1 low block, which is kind of nice. Its stats are kind of, it is a stun 2 move, so it is kind of like a 6 high for 4. You just got to find some damage. Ground Hammer is just your basic bridge. Your bridge move. It's a 5/5. Gives 1/1 to the next guy. Has a 1 high block though. It blocks very well. Makure Nage. It's a stun. If it's blocked, we draw a card. So it's really just like, hey man, do you want me to draw 3 cards? But if it's blocked, I draw a card. Heaven forbid someone partial blocks this into Mighty Coon. It'll deal 2, they draw 4 cards, you know, like, this is kind of funny. Galleon Figure is, after we spend 2 momentum, we get a momentum. It's okay. Sleepyhead's just some damage if our character's committed. Students of Tung Fu Ru, we get to sack a foundation to get +1, -1, and then if it's after something's left our stage, we get to gain a health. This is the next card I want to talk about in you know, length. Substitute Member. Having it with a bunch of speed resets leaving the format with rotation, this card is going to be super not overplayed, but it's going to be played. Setting a move to 3 after your rival is like speed pumped it into infinity, or maybe your rival has like dropped your speed so much like they can just easily block it. But this changes it to 3 and changes their math a bit if you flip it. Thanks a million. Just allows you to, if you take a bunch of damage, you get to build the top card face down. And then we get this package of Thruster Vision moves. 1 gets -3 speed, 1 gets 2 speed, and 1 draws a card for adding into the card pool. So with, you know, one of the attacks allows you to build something after it's blocked. Yeah, you get to build these back down after you add them. So there's 4 copies of each. They also have a high block, low block, and a mid block. And this is the last card I want to talk a little bit more before we get into these guys. Wide Awake, 2/6, 6 check, 2 low block, fantastic block. So if your rival seals any one of your cards, you go, nah, bruh, I'm sealing this instead. That's card pool, stage, momentum. I don't know if you could seal anything in the discard pile yet or not, but you just go, cool, you filled with doubt in my cool attack. I'm just going to redirect it to this, and this is sealed now. This card's awesome. Like, I played into an Allura, and he went to go seal a move, and I had one of these out, and I go, nah, you're going to seal this instead. You still get +3 to your check, though. So, yeah. So this is a cool deck. This is my favorite of the two, just because I like the good guys. I like the characters more. Yeah, that's it. So we're gonna tear into these packs here, and then end the video. So, all right, I feel no winners here. I don't think we're gonna get any winners, but you know what? I've been proven wrong before, so we're gonna crack these open. I think I saw a glimmer of green. I think we can do this way, right? Because it's 3 commons. Yeah, we go like this. So we got, ooh, substitute member. Nice. Nice. We have one behind it. Oh, we got a sleepyhead. Nice. This is good. Hidden motives. Very good. Makura Nage. Very good. A team rival asset. Cool. And, ooh, Phantom Simulation. That's cool. Look at that. I mean, I wish it was like an alt art, but the different coloring's kind of neat. That's one I didn't have either, so that's pretty cool. And into the next one. See, now getting these from UVS Games, now I feel like I need to buy another one of each, just so I have a full second play set. So thanks UVS Games for making me spend more money. That's their job. Anywho, Ground Hammer. Come here, buddy. Oh, nope. Hide that. Fill in. Graffiti artist. Ah, the broken one. Yes, that's the 3rd copy. Looks like it's another ultra rare. Unit commander. Ooh, Shogekuho. Okay, I'll take that. Ooh, that Shimline, baby. I don't have one of these either. That's cool. Okay, I got two ultra rare attacks. That's not bad. I'll take these. Got 2 ultra rare alt arts, and we got 2. Got one of each asset. That's cool. We got substitute member and sleepyhead, and the other packs commons were kind of poopy, but these were great. This is worth it right here. These guys, easily worth it. Easily worth it. And then we got 2 ultra rares. Very cool. So, awesome. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I know I ran a little long. I kind of rambled a bit. So let me know what you think in the comments below. What deck you liked more. I want to have a conversation with you guys. Also, let me know what you're building out of these decks. Like, which character really inspires you to build a deck? And who's going to rise to the top? Who is the best of the 6? Like, who will show up at Worlds this year and actually do really well of the 6? Let me know in the comments below. So don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. Hit those bells for notifications so you're not missing another video. And until the next one. Take care.